Hi, this is Hugh Evans, CEO of the Global Poverty Project, and I'm here with Professor Jeffrey Sachs, who is the director of the Earth Institute at Columbia University and also the founder of Millennium Promise. And we're here to talk about the impact of the Global Citizen Festival. Thank you so much for your time today.
Great to see you, as
really,
always.
Really appreciate it. So my first question for you today is, what was your perception of what the Global Citizen Festival would accomplish, and did it meet your expectations?
Hugh, I was blown away by it. I think everybody was, to see a wave of, how many was it, 50,000, 60,000 people in the park in a magnificent evening, and to realize that people had gotten there because they had been engaged and they knew what was going on, and in the middle of this magnificent concert with, just an unbelievable list of performers, talking about real subjects, there was this mass of humanity interested, engaged, listening, applauding, cheering. Really, it was a magnificent, unique event. Fantastic.
What would you say was the immediate impact of the festival?
I think the greatest thing is that so many people are engaged. The idea that you could have a rock concert, you could have fabulous performers, and be telling very serious things, and it all fit together. And so you're building a community, and it's a unique way to do it. Of course, there have been concerts before engaging people, but the idea that when you get to that concert, you've done something. You've been part of a social movement. You've been part of social media. You're participating, you're active, you're engaged. This is something very, very special.
Thank you very much. And tell me, what would you see as both the strengths and weaknesses of the festival? Or to put another way, if we could do one thing differently in the future, what would we do differently?
Well, first, I hope you keep doing it, because this is completely amazing. And seeing that sea of humanity for me was, an incredible thrill. And I think that there are opportunities now that are phenomenal, and that if some of these major breakthrough possibilities right now are really mobilized, and when the festival brings global citizens engaged in this and helps them understand this is something we can do it now, we can get this thing done, and it's going to make a world of difference for millions of people. That's the real strength of this. It's fantastic.
So tell me, let's say the message this year was all about community health workers. If you had the platform by yourself, the whole of the 60,000 people plus the millions of viewers online, what sort of actions could we drive around community health workers in the future that would help you in your work have an even bigger impact than you're already having?
What's so exciting right now is that you have this great new vision all over Africa that workers from the villages, young men and women with high school education, now can be trained, smartphones backed up by online expertise, new management systems to really be saving lives in their community. And it doesn't take a doctor there. A young person with a bit of training, a smartphone, a connection to clinic can make a world of difference. So community health workers are the breakthrough. They're the way to take the successes to date in controlling malaria, in helping to get the AIDS pandemic turned downward, in breaking the transmission of HIV virus from mother to child, really completed. And we and African leaders have been saying, let's get 1 million community health workers trained and deployed and supported and provisioned by the end of 2015. And the festival can be a huge plus, because there are so many ways for people to get involved. Something that can be done in a short period of time and that will save millions of lives. Not in 20 years, 30 years, but now we'll see it. We'll see the results. We'll see the implications of it.
So for argument's sake, if we were to do one each year for the next 3 years, do you think from your perspective as a partner, you could use the platform to build the sort of support that you could bring to the table as part of it?
Well, I love it, because these 3 years are not any 3 years. 2013, 2014, 2015 are the last 3 years of the 15-year Millennium Development Goal period. So the world took on big challenges of fighting poverty. We've made a lot of advance, but we're not there yet. So these 3 years are really important right now, and drawing more people in, explaining how they can get involved, having their voice heard by the World Bank or the US government or the Congress. This is the key point. This is a very, very strategic time.
Brilliant, brilliant. My final question for you today is, we obviously want the Global Citizen Festival to have a lasting impact in the lives of the world's poor, in the lives of all the NGO partners that were involved, and the politicians that were responding. What would be your final message to everyone on Global Citizen that's watching this today and wants to be more involved?
Well, get involved. Understand that to come to this fabulous concert, you got to do something. You have to take a cause. You have to work with the organization. You have to know what you're doing. You have to tweet out messages. You have to get your friends involved. You have to get your Facebook community really aware and saying, how do we participate? Is it the letter to our congressman? Is it writing for the first time to the World Bank Board? What is the World Bank Board? Now I know, and now I know that they're listening to me. Or the Global Fund, heard of it but didn't know what it was. This is the chance for mass engagement, and this is the age where we can have mass engagement. And so the Global Festival can really be that place, that organizing principle that says, as it has said, we have a global citizenry. We have serious problems, but we have ways to solve them now. Let's do it together. I think it's the most exciting time.